times caught it. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? I hear Brittany in the background talking some shit.
I'm dancing, and she just looks at me and goes, "I'm leaving."
Yeah. I would have left too. That was a poor performance of a dance routine.
Well, then I got to get Pinky the Dreadnought over here.
I thought you had a history of professional dancing, Brad.
Not
only with his clothes off.
Yeah,
only
I
with
can only
his clothes
dance
off.
if I don't have anything on.
Yeah.
Or if it's only Velcro.
It's got to wear a G-string for that.
I'm ready to rock and/or roll.
So what's up, guys? I'm getting more excited. It sounds like Phantom 40K is slowly leaving. I have two independent sources, none of which are Brad, because Brad doesn't know anything about anything. Two independent sources, completely separated. They don't even know each other, as far as I know. Both telling me that 9th is dropping on July 11th. What do you guys think?
The first one, the internet, and the second one, the internet.
Nope, they're both people. Both of these people.
They don't know each other.
Both of these people own a store. Both of these people are acquiring GW product from their store, and I have heard from these people that they have very good a very good idea that July 11th will be the release, and we will have a hobby again, a real hobby.
Browntown's in the house.
Yeah, hey Nick Brown, 9th will actually come out, so you don't have to like pretend you care about 8th anymore just to like generate some kind of revenue and not lose every single person that pays you monthly. Like, it's going to be awesome. You're going to actually have, like, a real thing to do. It's going to be cool. You know? Because right now, you're like the dude from The Office. Like, what exactly do you guys do around here now that you don't have a game? So, I think it's going to be awesome for you. I'm really excited for you guys. Can't wait to see your content. If you're listening to Gentleman Gaming and you're not paying Nick Brown some kind of money for services to be better at 40K through his team of awesome people who have constant videos, Brad of which is on there with good videos, you better start paying them. I don't know why you're not doing it. Take some of that money, get better at the game. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. You can't expect to spend all that money on models and not spend some money to get better.
Don't suck at tournaments.
Yeah. Get some advice, get some knowledge. I'm sure they'll give you a month for free. Just ask. I hope he gets like 15 people. 15 people like, hey, I listened to Gentleman Gaming. They said you give me a month for free.
What up, Chris?
You'd probably do it.
Woo-woo.
I don't.
Do we got some new rules? We got 40K coming out pretty soon. Alan's in the know apparently.
Yeah,
I'm not in the know. Alan's in the fucking know.
I've been told. I technically have been told by 3 people. One of which is just a close friend that I don't even know how he knows that. But he also gave me a July 11th. They all said July 11th independently within the last 5 days. I was told.
By the way, people know how my videos go. Good videos from Brad, long may be the most apt description. If no one, when you guys aren't here to try to get me to shut the hell up, and I only have text, I'll talk forever.
Yeah, I logged in one time on Sean's video on Mondays where Sean like just epically paints something awesome. He's getting like very good at painting, by the way. And then the entire episode, Brad's just on a rant. It's like you should rename it to like Brad Rants and Naden Paints. That's like what I would call the show. I mean, I would literally have it like that, rant and paint.
Painting, as Brad do when talking.
Yeah.
I'm sure anyone would be good at painting.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I kind of cracked the system because I sometimes play games with Brad, and I also call him in the middle of the night when Britt is sleeping next to him. So he actually can't speak. I get to speak, he gets to type. Super nice.
It's the worst.
Leave it to Robert to figure out how to like get to a person's weak spot, right? Like Robert's just the guy. Like he'll figure out what you're most insecure about, and that literally will be what he talks about for the most period of time. He'll catch you right there.
He made me take the blue pill.
Yeah,
it was in the Matrix.
Robert, you are a ninja, my friend. Too bad your Space Marine army, according to my info, is gonna get heavy nerf batted to Kingdom Come with points. So sorry about that. You'll actually have to play a real army.
Getting for a wedding present.
What are you getting? What are you getting? I want to know.
His old army.
What are you going to switch to, Robert? If Marines get nerfed and you can't just play a static army that doesn't do anything.
Eldar.
And
or Necrons, because they seem so goddamn cool right now. I want spider robots.
Spider robots are balls deep cool. Necrons have some of the coolest fucking models. And let's be honest, as Daniel already checks out because he knows I'm going to say something about story. They have a cool fucking storyline. They're literally the main characters for a change.
You know, Daniel.
Necrons have always been
Daniel might not like the story, Brad, but you know who does like the story, and you should talk more about the story of Necrons right now. The Hanger. Daniel, pivot up a little bit with that camera. Where's the Hanger? It's out of frame. There it is. There it is, Brad. The Hanger fucking loves goddamn fluff.
That's where Daniel hangs all the shit he gives about 8th edition.
Exactly.
Notice nothing is hanging there.
Got a damn thing.
No shit's given.
8th edition official right there. Hang up what you think about it right there.
But Brad, you have a good point. What do you like most about Necron fluff? And how is it so much better than everything Space Wolf fluff ever had? Go ahead, start off.
You know, you might get choked out. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? I just like that they're moving the story forward. And let's be honest, the Krons have literally been the neighbors that no one talks about down the street storyline for forever. You know what I mean? And now they're like literally main characters. That's badass. But dude, the Silent King has basically a 15-inch long dick. He's a bad dude.
I can't wait to get that model and start. Me and Daniel have already been talking about it. Robert, get off of our Necron nuts. You're not part of the team. That's me and Daniel's army.
Team Kron.
Go do something else. Go make that other army you were talking about. Weren't you talking about some other army? I can't remember.
Yeah, Custodes.
Custodes, yeah. Yeah, go make that.
Dude,
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? We haven't talked since the Custodes strats and everything came out, guys. Custodes are legit now. If they get a
Wait. Did they actually drop rules for this? Because I missed this.
Well, they dropped all the...
This is where Brad goes, uh-oh, what has been released?
Everybody got
No, literally, if you
really-
pause the video
rules
right
and
there, you
drops.
could see his face doing it. You could literally visually see his face going, uh-oh.
Everybody showed me. Other people actually showed me the leaks on it, or the full pages printed. So they're good to go.
That's funny.
So you'll be fine. Look at the intranets. Look at the old intranets. You'll be fine.
Don't they need point deductions to be viable, or do you think they'll be viable just with the strat changes?
I just like the strategies a lot because you have the Terminators got really, really good strats. You got different strats for the bikes. I mean, they got a lot of strats, and the biggest thing is that they had a couple good strats before, but now they have a ton of good ones. But now they're going to have actual CPs because you could definitely play a single battalion for Custodes. Start yourself with 12. Maybe put in one of these new Inquisitors that have CP regen built in with them. So you get one back every command phase, starting with 12 minus whatever your pregame shit is, and then just dumping out all these cool strats. I don't know what the points are going to be. I mean, a lot of these things are going to be based on what GW puts out on the 11th, apparently, with their point totals. You know
I
what
mean, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be thinking about it too long. They're going to announce something most likely July 4th weekend, if the 11th is true. If you don't hear anything by July 4th weekend, then all my information is wrong and I misleaded everyone.
You don't know that, though. GW apparently doesn't follow business models of anybody right now. They just do what they want. Like, I'm a grown-ass man. I do what I want.
But I'm very excited. I mean, the 11th could be the release, or the 11th could be the release of pre-orders. I don't know. I'm not positive, but I've been told the 11th is a date, so I'm not going to go into any more detail on that. But if the app comes out, supposedly the app is supposed to come out when the pre-orders go up, right? Not when it actually launches, but pre-orders, the app will be available. I think they said that.
I mean, I can't wait to get the app, dude. We've all been on the nuts of getting an app for.
Yeah, we have episodes and episodes talking about apps.
I mean, as soon as you get that, you'll have all the info. The question is that are you going to get sections of the app opened per electronic purchase you make? I have no idea, but you know what I mean? What do you guys?
The coolest thing that I thought, the best thing that I thought they could have done if they wanted to do it would be keep all the books, because a lot of people buy the books, right? Like I have digital copies, right? I know a lot of people have digital copies. Let's just say some people who have digital copies tend to share those digital copies. I know people who get copies of codexes and they don't care. They just go buy the codex anyways. They want the book. They like literally they might not even play that army. They go buy it. Like Tony Malave is a great example of someone who owns every book. I don't know if he's ever played a 40K game in the last year. And even when he does play 40K, he plays like half a game and then wants to take a nap or something. But he'll go buy the book. He'll 100% buy the book. So, I mean, I think that they're always going to be able to sell books. And I think if you buy a book, you should be able to register that purchase anywhere you bought it by barcode or something, like scan the phone or the barcode, And anytime there's an update to that book with points or rules or anything, you get a digital copy update. I think that's how it should be. I mean, I think
Privateer Press had that system. It worked really good.
See, Robert has information of another game. Talk more about it, Robert. Say more than 6 words.
I don't want to.
I'm curious where you're going.
That's all the words you had. That's it for the day.
Yeah, he just said Privateer Press. Really good.
So
Done.
Malavi should spend less money on buying books and more money on buying like cocaine or something that makes him not fall asleep all the time.
I mean, yes, in America.
He can't take
there's
cocaine,
a lot of
guys.
old folks for us, Neil, that we basically buy the. I mean, I'm not going to lie, because I'm 1,000 and I was around the Silent King, and I used to talk about having digital copies, and I was like, I really enjoy having the paper copy.
I don't think
I actually like having the book when I'm making a list, though. I like to reference it a lot.
Called the Silent King because you were around him. And
I would.
He was just silent.
It was Brad and Silent King.
I liked it way more when you could actually read the goddamn points in the book and not just scroll to the end and try to do math.
Just take a marker. When you buy the codex, take a marker, go to the points, go to the data slate, and put the points in. It's very easy. It's annoying. I agree with you. It shouldn't be that way. But you do it one time, and then all of your points are in all of your actual data slates. And then when they release the new rules, just scratch that out.
Jump back and storm shield and shit, and then you have to do for each guy, and it's just it's hard.
The level of laziness I see in you.
Sad now.
What'd you say, Daniel?
Silent Bob and Brad and Silent King. I can see this.
We're just in front of the Quickie Mart, baby.
I think if you look really closely at the Silent King model, there's like a guy who's on the right, below his feet, kind of to the side. There's like a little model there. That's Brad. I think that's your Brad. That's Brad Chester right there, and he's just
talking
like
shit.
Blah 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 blah. And Silent King's just like, God damn, this guy will never shut up. So I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Dude, Neil needs to get on the podcast one day. He just blasts the comments. He's like, 6,000 words. Here you go.
Also,
one day
we're
Neil's gonna
internet rage. But they only validate new codex purchases to automatically get the content in the app, aka no free updates for anyone who already has brought their codex in. That would be a fucking dick move.
I never want to talk about this subject again. Neil's already done a three-page paragraph paper on it. I'm done.
This thesis statement?
Can we talk about something else? So Daniel, tell me about fishing. How did fishing go? I heard you caught some perch. I went noodling last week on Saturday. Didn't catch shit, but I got bit by a beaver. I'd like to know how your fishing experience went.
Oh, it's all good. I have I think 8 medium-sized perch now, so it's enough for dinner. I'm really looking forward to some 40Ks soon because
July 11th.
I think I'll start playing banjo soon.
I need to get that. I need to get that sound effect. You know, I don't have that. What do I have over here?
Dude, you know who has a story for us, guys?
Neil?
Mr. Robert.
Oh, Robert.
Mr. Robert's got what he was explaining to me was a good date, and I need other people to know about this because I want him to say everything that happened. And at the very end of it, he basically paused and went, yeah, it's an overall good date, you know, all in all. And I'm like, what the fuck is a bad date, man? Like,
well, the company was nice. No, but me and this girl decided to go to a beach. So we took our motorcycle. She rides a motorcycle. How cool is that? I just want to point it out. So we went to a beach that she knew about. So we parked our motorcycles in like a quarry. And then just went into the forest until we found the lake. And when we got there, it was like, super nice. But there was a bunch of naked guys everywhere. And it turns out,
nice.
Yeah, it turns out we went to a nudist beach. So we were the weird ones, but we didn't know that at that point. So we sat down and there was like dicks everywhere. And then we got attacked by a flock of birds. I want to say ducks.
Oh, man.
I don't know. And because like they went up to our feet and then we tried to shoot them away and then they got really pissed and they were like, we were here first, but they weren't. So we decided to run up the mountain, but there were more naked dudes there and we almost tripped over a naked guy. So then we decided nope, and we went back to the birds, got attacked again. We took a bath, then went to our motorcycles, got a parking ticket, and then went home. But
you forgot about the masturbating naked guy.
Yeah,
How did you forget about the main guy?
Yeah, there was a CC top-looking motherfucker in the bushes that kept masturbating.
And by the way, all of this and a parking ticket and a masturbating man was solid A+ date. I don't know what usually happens. Robert's like, the girl didn't press charges or try to kill me.
God.
Date perfect.
Wow.
She did throw a rotten banana at my head.
All right. Well, I for the first time in forever, I don't know how to transition from that story to anything that's even remotely relevant.
Let's talk about dense cover. It's a rule.
Dense cover, yeah, dense cover where you can masturbate in without being found.
No, we found him.
You found him.
We
You
were
found him.
watching
What were you like? Your infantry just going through the scalable dense cover to find this masturbating Swedish dude in the middle of nowhere? Oh
Pretty sure
my
he was
God.
American.
You're pretty sure he was American? Wow, yeah, he wasn't on a nudist beach if he was American, probably. We don't have those here. We're very particular about nudity in public.
About your porn.
Yeah,
About our board.
private.
We're very particular about our
Private-
board.
private browser,
we have it
private browser.
categorized.
Why do you think private browsers exist?
Incognito mode.
Yeah, man. There's no one's going to nudist beach. That's a Swedish thing. I loved how naked you guys were on the island when Brad was there, washing himself in the river.
So many naked guys.
It was the
And
best.
Jimmy on my back.
That was some crazy.
Well, I think the difference between Swedish people and American people is that we have nothing to hide because we're proud.
Mhm. Sure,
Whoa.
sure, buddy. Boom. He goes boom.
Boom. Another mic drop. Oh,
God,
that's it.
that-
That's all.
That date was horrible. Oh my God, it's like the worst day
I just
ever.
tripled the word output of Robert for the podcast.
Yeah, you did actually. Good job, Brad. Got Robert to talk.
Except for the fact that as soon
First
as
call.
Robert started talking, we lost 4 viewers. God damn it.
People just
Son of a bitch.
I'm out. Screw these guys.
So I actually have a rules question. I don't know if you've checked the rumors out more than I have.
The
but
answer is yes.
It seems like the big guys like Mortarion and Magnus can't hide behind the...
No, 18 wounds or less, or more can't
Yeah.
hide. Knights. At least that was part of the obscure keyword.
Yeah,
They can't hide behind the big walls now.
correct.
Correct.
But
So
there's a ton of rumors, Daniel, that say they're going to implement a whole bunch of extra rules for those type of models. For Titanic models, they're basically not going to be able to be taken more than X amount of wounds per turn. They're going to have a whole bunch of things like Gazgul.
Yeah. Cool.
Because right now it does kind of suck that basically Magnus is hitting the I'm a star pose, so you can't hide him behind any piece of terrain and all, except for at Nova. If you went to the GW table, they had 2 ruins that were just walls that were probably 15 inches tall, and you could actually put it behind there. That was where Ganyo refused to play Austin. He's like, nope, we'll play anywhere besides that table.
Yeah, sometimes terrain can really mess up some stuff. Remember the skyscraper at ETC? I still remember that thing. I think it was massive. It was a huge, like, 5 foot
It
tall
was a big
skyscraper.
one. It was a big one. Now
Yeah.
we got fucking seriously cool. There's another. I do want to talk about this dense terrain. Have you guys looked at this at all?
No, go ahead, bring it up. Talk about it.
No, it's got a million words on it. But the big thing is that if you're behind it, you subtract 1 from hit rolls made from ranged weapons if at least 3 inches tall. Does not apply to models that are only shooting through their own terrain. So you're not -1 if you're shooting through the piece that you're getting cover from. But then there's no penalty when you're shooting at aircraft or people with 18 or more wounds. So basically, if Magnus is standing behind a tree, you're basically like, yeah, I can see you. I don't really care. But it's a big deal, man, because a lot of these have multiple keywords like dense, which is this, light cover, hard cover, the obscure, you know what I mean? If you've got multiple things, like shooting through these type of things and getting -1 to hit is a pretty big deal if you're just trying to hide some infantry somewhere, especially if you're maybe getting +1 from something else.
Yeah.
It's, say for
Do you
instance,
think you can stack it with could you get double -1 to hit?
they've already said that any of the minuses are always minus, period. You can only get -1 or +1 is the max modifier to hit or to move.
Lame.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss that Lord Discordant in an Alpha Legion's army.
I don't miss that at all. I'm not going to lie. That's one of the things I really liked with this is I just hated stacking crap. -1 or +1 is great, but when you got all the ridiculousness of that, it just made it dumb. I hated the fact that you could get flyers that were consistently -3, and it used to bother the shit out of me.
I think a Disco Lord at -4 is awesome, so I disagree.
Also, how is that guy -4? You're just like, he's a giant vehicle that's 20 feet high. You're like, I'm having a hard time drawing line of sight to that guy.
He's moving, dude. He's shifting his arms and stuff.
He's weaving.
He's bobbing and weaving. He's bobbing and weaving, dude.
Babu. But yeah, man. There's. Have you guys looked at any of the stuff in the Inquisition or the Necron stuff?
I mean, Robert Kernan looks like he's trying to find the right porn, but just can't get the one he's looking for. He's like in a compilation search, and he's just like, "Damn, I can't fucking. I knew it was here. I think it was called this or that." And it's just
I
not
like
happening.
being quite uninterested in new releases because I didn't know when the new edition came.
July
I
11th.
Say I got a little bit horny now when I heard 3 separate rumors. I heard 3 separate rumors channelized by one person, but it sounds like 4 separate rumors to me.
Well, talk about it.
It's coming the 11th, which would be awesome.
Right? Tell me about it. I would be really excited. If I'm telling you right now, if I'm wrong and it doesn't come out the 11th, I'm probably just going to take everything I own in the backyard and burn it.
Can you just send it to my house and we could burn something else? I'll send you something to burn. You give me all your models.
Everything you own in the backyard. What stuff do you have in your backyard?
What's even funnier that this is the guy that refused to play with his good models on a stream.
Yes. When
I did,
Alan,
yeah.
But is ready to burn
people
everything.
know about this. They need to know. Inquiring minds need to know. Alan invited Daniel and I to play a game where he was going to move the models and roll the dice for us. And Daniel and I were like, cool. We don't want to play TTS. We're going to play Alan Tabletop Simulator.
It was fun.
And we're
I had a
super
blast.
psyched about it. And we're all ready to do it. And Alan, who, by the way, owns every model in each army that we have, proxies the entire board for us.
Yeah, I don't want to use
For
painted
no
models.
reason.
I don't trust.
Videoing it.
No, I don't trust me with painted models. Ask any of the guys on my Adepticon team, or anybody that knows me pretty well. I don't treat models good, so they'll all break. So once they're painted and they look nice, they're in a case somewhere.
A recorded
Try not to
game
touch
that
them.
we were going to play against each other. We had to use proxy models, even though you showed us the actual model that you owned. That was what we were supposed to be using, but instead we used something completely different.
Well, I wanted to show you how nice it looked because I have it painted
Which it
nice.
would've
I
looked
painted
if we were
it
able to
really
use
good.
those.
Yeah.
So Daniel and
That's
I
some
had
good
to
painted stuff.
figure out what our proxies were, even though we had no reason to proxy at all.
The longevity of my model's health, that was the reason for proxy work here.
It's a tougher game when neither one of us know what we're supposed to be using because you've proxied for us.
You just tell me the unit. I'm there. I proxy. Don't worry about it. I got it all taken care of. I played games
Well,
with
my
like,
point was
popsicle
still
sticks.
like, though plus minus 1 week, we still burn the shit though.
Yeah. Screw that. Burn it all. Just take it all
Burn
to
it
the
all.
backyard and burn it all.
Dude, let's talk about how characters can get murked like nobody's business now.
Yeah, if you're not standing next to a friend, literally
It's
ninth
gotta be a-
edition.
it's
Ninth
gotta
edition
be
should be
three-
called. It
it's
should be
gotta
called
a
the
big
buddy
friend
system.
or 3 friends.
It's the buddy system of pairs. So you got to be 3 friends. So you got to be a team of 4, right? Like Adepticon,
or
Adepticon.
or a big fatty friend.
Yeah, or a big fatty friend. You need like just a very large friend. If you have a big friend in your life, sometimes those people are worth 2-3 people because they're just so good. They're just so good to you. They're just good people. So
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting, though, because if you're cheap on your shield, so to say, it's very easy to pick it down to below 3 people, right? And then you just start killing all
think
the
about
characters.
think about all the play in 8th edition where people leave characters in the backfield for like reroll purposes, aura purposes, all kinds of stuff like that. You just leave a couple dudes around there, and then turn 4, turn 5, even maybe 3. There isn't a lot of people around that character anymore, and you could just pick off that unit and nuke the character.
Dude,
You
in
don't really
testing
play
for
sniper
this,
assassins.
yeah.
Who will lead
well,
them next to?
well, that's the thing is in testing, we have been picking up so many characters forever with it. It's just you get towards the end of the games and you just don't have the models to babysit buff characters in the backfield. Especially, what the best sniper rifle in the game right now is? An artillery piece. You just got that character hiding behind a wall thinking that he's safe, but he's not within 3 inches of anybody. Say hello to my little friend.
I just
Special
wish that
delivery.
you checked the targetability at the beginning of the shooting phase and not like actively during it, because it feels like you can just like optimize everything and then just kill everything.
Well, you can because you
So it feels like real life?
Daniel and I playing right now, and he sees that I only have a less than a full strength unit of intercessors.
That's
next
like
to my
strategy.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Robert's like, I don't like that strategy.
I don't like the
thing."
strategy part of the game.
Yeah,
should-
but I mean,
Even if you're smart enough to figure out a way to play
I mean,
smart,
the game
you
should
should be
be
forced
like
to not.
everything kind of shoots at the same time. So
Robert, it shouldn't be a problem for you. You have everything in the corner anyway. Your entire
it's a good corner. It's a safe corner.
That's
a
the
safe
corner
spot.
of that's the corner of the masturbation on the beach right there. That's where Robert keeps his whole army, just right in that little bush.
It's a safe place.
Yeah, but those fucking ducks made that charge. Shit.
Those ducks made the charge. They got pissed off and just charged your ass. Ducks I've never seen a duck get mad at me, but goose. We have geese here. Geese. Is it geese?
Yeah. Fucking hate birds. That's why I eat
Geese.
chicken a lot.
Yeah, you don't even like the chicken. You
Gooses,
just
geese?
want to murder the
Geese,
bird.
goose.
That's all.
So the goose,
I want that.
they'll attack you. The
I was
geese will attack you.
accidentally in Poland, bought like 72 chicken McNuggets.
Yes.
How many
That was
Poland
what-
chicken McNugget stories are there?
Well, a lot.
There should only be
I mean,
one. There should
Alan
only be one.
did open up a McDonald's that closed by himself.
So I think when the edition comes out July 11th, Daniel, you coming over? I don't know. Are you coming by? Play some games.
Are you in mute right now?
States yet?
I don't know. Come on over, man.
Are we
Uh,
allowed to go to America? Do you guys let people in?
I don't know.
Actually,
I mean,
I
don't you
actually
have
don't
to
know
change
either.
president before you let people in general?
We're not changing president anytime soon.
Depends
that's
if you
fine.
get any more suntan.
Huh? Depends on if you can get a suntan? I didn't catch it.
No, it depends if he gets more suntanned.
Oh,
Because he might get profiled.
Whoa!
I'm saying your country's shit.
Thanks, Robert.
No, sorry, shit-ish.
Shit-ish.
Yeah.
Not just shit, but shit-ish. It's in the general range of shit.
But you're not letting people in. That seems mean. I
I
like
mean,
it.
you guys can fly here. Sweden never closed its borders. That's just the player.
You guys have open art. I did like it. Well, Alan and I almost got not let into Sweden. Thank you very much. We're the only people that have been banned by
Yeah.
the Swedish.
literally
the
the
Swedish
Swedish customs are like, you guys are homeless. You can't come here. Like,
Yeah.
turn around, go back wherever you came.
Yeah. We looked so bad that they literally made us show that we had money.
Yeah, we got hardcore shut
That's-
down. They were like, "Do you have cash?" I was like, "Yeah, show me." I was like, "What?
literally
What is
had to
going
show
on
that
right
we
now?
had money.
I have a passport. I literally just took a plane from America. What's going on here?"
No, we were coming from Serbia.
Oh, yeah, we
came
did come from Serbia.
We're all
Never mind.
"Yeah." They were like, "We're gonna
We were
need to
tired,
improve
dude. It was a night of
things."
partying. We had a rough night, dude. That trip back was rough.
Rough.
Except for the drive to the airport in Chicago. That was fun. That was good. A little bit of Three's Company and an awesome drive. But anyways, killing characters I think is going to be a big thing. I'm excited for that. The points adjustments. People are all over the place. I hear some people saying, practice with 20% less your points, practice with 10% less. I think you're going to lose a lot in tax. All the tax you pay for taking all those detachments, that's all gone. So you can take really lean armies, and I don't think you're going to miss a lot of the overall power. I think you're going to have most of that, and really what you lose is just the tax for the most part.
Well, the thing on that is when you're asking yourself, because people ask me that all the time. Well, what should I be playing? 1,500, 1,700, 1,800? I go, does your army, the units in your army, have people complaining about them a lot and their point costs? They'll probably be getting hit harder than other units. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you're not, then they probably won't go up as much.
I really hope Lord of Skulls don't go up. Brad, do you know if Lord of Skulls go up?
I actually don't know the final points. I know some stuff, but I don't know most.
But isn't this the thing they always do is make new holes? I mean, they try to patch it up. They're like, oh, we need to increase the points of this and this, and then they just fuck up anyway.
Yeah, I
because
really hope Lord of Skulls
there's so
stays the
many
same.
inner working parts, though. You're
Well,
always going to make some mess ups.
is-
That's why I'm cool with balance changes that happen fairly often.
I wonder if everything is just going up blanket style, or if some things that were already up stay kind of where they're at for the most part. Because some things are pretty expensive.
Yeah, I
You
hope
had
that
like
certain things don't. go up at all, to tell you the truth. Like I said, I don't know the full. Most things they showed, I mean, they already showed a couple things, like intercessors going up 3 points and stuff like that. But it's still, like, I think Marines are going to be in a great spot in the beginning because they're just so versatile. Because their OPSEC units are really good, so they're able to take all those objectives. We saw that mission that they showed, which is basically progressive scoring plus those secondaries. You can just really just take the board from somebody. I don't even know what's happening. Alan's just making faces while I'm saying this, so I'm like, I got distracted.
Well, I'm letting you talk, and I'm trying to figure out a good part to like disagree with you without interrupting you. So it's hard because you never shut the fuck up and you don't take any breaths when you talk. So it's like hard for me not to interrupt you. Like, and I don't want to actually interrupt you. You're at a good point.
I don't need to because I breathe out of gills, so I never have to stop.
I don't know where your air comes from. I think up your ass, maybe. It just goes in from the bottom and comes out through the top. So
through the red hot.
Oh wow, Robert left. Oh wow, he cracked a smile. Cracked a smile. That smile that you just cracked, Robert, I saw the exact same smile on this show here in the States. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's called How to Catch a Predator. And it's the exact same
No
smile.
one's catching.
Exact same smile. Creepy ass motherfucker.
They
Jesus
call him the
Christ.
king of the catfish.
Dude. Fucking Ellen DeGeneres looking ass.
If points are the same right now, but you guys have seen significant amount of rules now, okay? With the terrain, the character stuff, the fallback, you know what I mean? Engaging, assaulting.
I like how Daniel just had a meal, by the way, during the podcast.
Yeah, well,
he's just
can we talk about him having milk and cucumbers?
Yeah, what are you doing? You're right, Robert. I apologize.
I was hungry.
What are you eating, dude? It's like, what is that? Pickle brine, milk, cheese,
some
Cornichons.
cornichons, and a glass of milk.
Yeah.
It was good.
No, that was the equivalent of a lunch meal to what Robert had on a date. Horrible. Just fucking a smorgasbord of horrible stuff. That's what
In
you
my
just
defense, the girl is super good looking and nice, so you know.
So it always gave the date a couple extra stars.
I never want to badmouth any women ever, but your recommendation doesn't really speak volumes to me. So I'd have to see for myself. Send me a picture later. I'll give you my blessing.
Thanks. So
Now Daniel's
I
outside.
get to send you a picture. Cool.
Now
What
Daniel's
are you guys
outside.
thinking about? What are you thinking about day one?
Whoa, wait, time out. 1 sec. Day one, we're going to get right on that, Brad. Look at Daniel's background right now. You should take the podcast from wherever you are right now every time. That looks pretty sick.
It does look pretty boss.
That looks pretty boss.
You look like
mode,
you're
dude.
about to paint a picture. You look like you're going to Bob Ross this right now.
Oh,
too.
you should totally Bob Ross right there. Oh my God. I'm going to take a screenshot of this real quick, and I'm going to use this as like a caption for something later.
I had a plan of doing it from
Inside the pool? No. Where you are right there, the trees kind of frame your bald head. You look almost like a evil villain out of a Superman comic book.
I think it looks like the trees are giving birth to a
You look like-
hairy guy.
Yeah. No, he looks like Lex. He looks like Lex Luthor's like second henchman in charge, not the first henchman, like the second guy. So like you're the guy Superman has to beat in the early beginning of the movie to set up the foundation of his powers. You're that guy.
Yep.
You're like the bullet in the eye guy.
Dr.
You're that
Evil in
guy.
it.
Yeah. Looks good though. All right. Day one. Go ahead, Brad.
Sorry, now all I can see is Dr. Evil and Daniel telling me he wants some sharks with freaking laser beams on its head.
He might put those in his
We're
pool.
gonna be able to get boxes and shit. Aren't they gonna be sold out
but-
like that?
Yeah, I'm not even talking about it. I'm just saying,
Pre-order 'em.
if there's a tournament the week after release, just with the rules that you know of so far, which are a decent amount now, you know assault, terrain, the character abilities, a lot of those things. If the points were the same, because we actually the points are too unknown to even bother with. Points are the same. What kind of list are you thinking about bringing to the tournament to rule the universe on weekend one of 9th edition?
I'm gonna bring orcs.
Shitload of primaries, aggressors, and just intercessors.
I got orcs ready to go. I'm hoping that the increases that other armies have to their units will
it's
give
the
orcs
same
a level
points,
playing
Alan.
field.
You're fucking stupid. Come
No,
on.
it's not, man. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome, dude.
Oh, a quick pause though. How much is the pool costing per swim now?
We're down to $200 per swim.
Fucking bargain.
Fucking bargain.
I hope to get it down to 100.
Bro,
maybe
it's
like
got to get down to like $5 per swim.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
That's gonna take a while.
Until it's there,
I'm
don't
swimming
bother.
like
Tony.
5 times a day.
Just to get out there.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm getting my word.
Do you allow anyone else in your family to go in the pool? Because
Yeah, everyone is in the pool all the time, but it's,
then-
you know,
you have to
it
use
doesn't
everyone's
go down that
trajectory.
fast. You know, 1,000 swims still, it's expensive.
What are you talking about? 4 people per day swimming 5 times each day. That's 20 swims a day.
Yeah.
Okay, that will go pretty fast. That's not going to take that long. You'll basically have 1,000
managed to
in.
do 78 dips last year, but then it wasn't heated. And
Yeah,
also
but you'll average
1,000.
You'll average 1,000 swims in every 5 weeks. If
Yeah,
all four
no,
of
they're not
you are
swimming that much.
okay, they're not swimming that much.
Daniel's throwing him in when they don't want to. Everybody's
should-
crying in
you
the
should-
house. I
you
don't
should
want
do
to
it.
go in, Dad.
You should do it by minute. By minute. How many minutes are you in the pool?
Yeah, I tried that, but dips are the easiest. By now, we've stopped counting. It's
All right.
fun.
So it's-
We're spending it by now.
It's safe to say that the investment has paid already. If you're done counting, then you're good.
You're good.
This is the
Either
most
that or
bullshit
give it-
thing. Daniel has a pool now, but we still can't play 40K because there's no rules.
I mean, there's pool rules. Come on.
July 11th is
Gonna
right
have
around
to
the
build
corner,
a
man.
floating table. That's my plan. Actually, a floating 40K table.
Ooh.
How deep is your pool? I mean, I know that Brad wouldn't reach it, but
There-
can I reach it?
I have that.
It's
Daniel, I have
to-
that.
I was just about to say that.
I have
think
that.
I might die if we played a game of 40K.
Do
in
you,
the
do you
pool.
want it? Do
I'd
you
be
want
underwater.
the floating 40K table? We have it. It's at Tony Malave's house.
What?
Yeah, it's real. I swear to God. I'm not even kidding. I'll get it
Yeah,
and I'll make a video with it.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's a full 40K
Come on.
table. It has little dice trays and everything. Has a place to put your army, fully floats. It stays above water no
How-
matter what.
This is how not good friends we are, apparently, because I've never been told of this, invited to
Yeah,
this.
it's pretty cool. It's
Nobody
pretty cool.
loves me. That hurts. That's hurtful talk, man.
Yeah.
That's hurtful talk.
Brad, the pool is deeper than 150, so it doesn't help.
They're like, look, we're not inviting you specifically to save your life.
Wow, I really want to like go to
Guys,
I really want to go to
I
Sweden
can wear
now.
floaties. I can wear little floaties and do it.
I got to figure out if I come by you, Daniel, in Sweden, can I come back like easy without any problems, or do I have to like quarantine myself, or what's? I got to figure out how that works.
I don't know the rules of America. That's the problem. I mean, you can come here easily enough if you can get a flight.
Yeah, I can get a flight. I think.
Yeah.
I'll check in a sec.
Yeah, but can you come back? Do you now live in Sweden?
I mean, that's not really a problem, but if I can't come back, that might be an issue for my wife. So.
I was just about to say, Amela might have a problem with that.
I mean, maybe. Depends on what day I catch her on. Some days she's like, get the hell out of here. So,
yeah, she's like, she sends you to Sweden and goes, I'll let you know.
yeah. It really depends on the day. But day one, your question was stupid. What was your question? Day one, assuming no points change? That's a dumb
No,
question.
because
We know
you
points
don't
change.
know the points. I mean, you can just. How about this? What? You know what? We'll just make it an Alan question. What when you
Dumbass
think
question.
you're going to be playing on day one?
Well, the only army I have super ready to go, like in any way I need it to be, is orcs. So I play orcs because it's just ready to go.
You're a liar. You have so many armies ready to go.
No, but
This
not
is
like the
fake
pivotal.
news.
No,
Fake
not like the
news.
pivotal. Not like the pivotal units. Like for example, I could play a Necron army when they come out, but I don't have like, I don't know, flayed
Then you
ones. Let's say flayed ones. Flayed ones is a good example. I have like maybe 15 flayed ones, and I can make the rest. But let's say I wanted to play 60 flayed ones. That would be hard. But if I want to play like 30 flash kits, I have them. If I want to play 30 Burna Boys, I have them. If I want to play 45 Ludas, I have them. You know, like
I really hope Swiggrots gets good because you don't have those. Because Daniel have those.
yeah, Daniel has all my big guns, guys. Squid Grots. I know he has all 66 of mine. Motherfucker, give my Grots back, bitch.
Oh, Robert coming in with MVP on that one.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
He went to the haters ball.
So you know what I'm doing right now? Brad's gonna like this. I found some magic. You know, magicians have this little device that they put in their palm. That's a bubble machine. It makes bubbles, like little like bubbles, like from a bubble thing. And I want to take that device. It has a AA battery in it, and I'm gonna put it inside of a custom orc gun that I'm gonna make that looks like a bubble chucka. And then at the table, I'm going to have a button that I push. And when I push it, the bubble chucka big guns
Gonna make bubbles.
actually makes
Shoots
bubbles. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm working on it right now. It's in the garage. So I'm pretty pumped about that one. I got to figure out how to encase it the right way. And I got to make sure I can get to the battery easy. So it's going to be a lot of magnets and stuff, but it's going to be cool.
I like what's going on here.
Probably only going to make one that actually
What are you
shoots
doing
bubbles.
day one? Robert said he was going to bring a ton of bros wandering around. What do you want to bring?
Me?
Are you going to smash the crowns no matter what?
It's hard actually. Since there's so much changes in assault phase, both good and bad, it's hard. I think I would bring vehicle heavy list because it seems they're getting all the perks. Maybe Astra with a lot of vehicles or Space Marine with a lot of vehicles. Maybe, I don't know.
I like Space Marines right now. It's not my style, but I think that in playing against with it, man, Space Marine dreadnoughts, depending on the costs, are pretty boss mode, dude. Like the Redemptors and the Leviathans and stuff like that. All of those things being able to move and shoot, no penalties, and shooting into combat, those guys are just nasty.
Yeah, and
Like,
also if you can have the Apothecary, the Tech Marine that gives +1 to hit to all vehicles. Now you have an army that hits on 2-ups when it moves. It can't really be locked and shoot itself out of close combat. It just seems like fast vehicles, Space Marines. I mean, I don't know the point change, so I could be way off here because a Razorback could be 200 points, and it's obviously like a point fast moving vehicle list with +1 to hit Tech Marine. Seems like a solid choice.
What if they changed it so that you take like a big company of Space Marines, and every single unit you took just got a free transport, and you just had 15 Razorbacks in an army for free, like a company kind of guys. What would you think about that? It seems
I think you should be able to. It only happens if you bring two companies. I mean, that's
Two companies.
yeah.
Exactly.
You could call it a demi company.
Yeah. You know, you guys
I
are
think that's a
really
good idea.
groundbreaking on these. I like where you're going.
I think that's a really good
never
idea.
before seen.
I think it would be really good to play that and then put like a lot of the flamers and stuff into like Razorbacks and stuff and play it like Salamander.
Ooh, going a good direction. I kind of like where you're going.
The only thing I think about this is I wonder how it's going to play versus armies that are very destructive with dreadnoughts and walkers and tanks versus armies that have a shit ton of OBSEC, and whether you're just basically getting your ass kicked but winning all the time.
Yeah, the mission criteria is very clear that if you take a lead, it's hard to lose, really. If you take a significant lead.
Literally in testing and just playing games, a lot of times it feels like I'm just getting killed off the board, but I'm still scoring points, lots of points, just by playing ground pounders.
Yeah.
And that's literally playing with almost everything that you guys have now seen, because they've released most of the active rules that you could use to make changes in the game right now.
But do infantry with heavy weapons get minus when they shoot if they move?
Yes.
But not tanks.
So is this
Not tanks.
stacking with dense forest, or is it just like it doesn't matter if you shoot?
No
the guy
stacking.
minus
Stacking
You can
does not
literally
exist.
run advanced. He could be minus 100. In the end, you can only ever be -1 to hit.
Yeah, you can move the heavy weapon, shoot a flyer, still only -1.
Yeah. Do a backflip, throw a hatchet, doesn't matter.
Even if the hatchet misses and he didn't actually focus on the throw, still only -1.
-1.
Yeah. But if you focus on the hatchet throw, still -1, no matter what.
Exactly. But that makes a big difference on that because but you've got lots of things that can move and shoot now. You've got a more active. I'm telling you right now, in my games that we've been playing, I have been taking short range firepower and melee a lot. I think both are equally important. I just haven't. I think you're not going to win games with armies that just sit. So.
Which is good. I'm excited about that. Imagine if they told you exactly what units to take, like take one unit of this, one unit of that, one unit of this, one of this, one of these, whatever, two of these. And if you took them all, you could just get every single thing you wanted in terms of war gear for free.
That'd be
How cool would that be?
What?
Or a better reanimation protocol.
Like a convocation of units, you know, like
Dude,
a warrior.
Which one was
grouping.
more bullshit? The convocation or Gladius Demi Caves?
Gladius was definitely the worst. I'm bringing up both of them, but Gladius was by far the worst. It was so bad. But a good
made shitty people win.
No, but a good Warcon.
You gotta remember that it made the vehicles fucking opposite.
Yeah, I know it was sick. But a good Warcon player was nothing to sneeze at. Jeff and Aaron Towler are two of the best Warcon players I've ever seen. I think Aaron Towler is probably the best Warcon combo player.
Shit, dude. It was crazy.
They had so much stuff, and if you practice with the army, you were good, like very, very good. And like the best thing about them is like everybody thought you were just making up rules. No one knew what the hell they did. I still to this day don't know what I did. I played maybe 15 games with Towler during the course of his 2 years with that army. I still don't know what half the army did. And it was just really like the situational aspects of that list was really, really cool to see. So
well, if you could look into your codex and go, hey, what would happen if I took every piece of war gear on every single guy?
I like sometimes just talking about stuff like that. Like I know we're just joking around here, but I like talking about it, and like it just sounds so ridiculous. You're like, of course they would never do that, but they did do that. So it's like, whoa.
I still think summoning is the most broken part of the game.
Was the most broken part of the game, or is summoning is not a problem now?
No, back when you could get another army.
When you could have Eldars or Grey Knights summoning.
Yeah, Grey Knights or Eldar.
3 warp charges, Grey Knights summoning demons.
Dude, Grey Knights and Eldar were so much better at summoning demons than demons were at summoning demons.
Demonology, bros. No, there was a small orc detachment formation thingy with 3 weird boys in it that can come out from the corners of the boards. Even behind they can come, I think. It was like Gaz Mugga's bodyguard kit, whatever. They were awesome. That was my favorite one to summon with. Because they're the weird boy is like 45 points. And if you happen to roll a 6 on that demonology table, it's all of a sudden a Bloodthirster or a Keeper of Secrets or a whatever. It's amazing.
Yeah, I, however, did not like having to bring an extra goddamn army to every turn.
Every turn. Dude, Kelsey Haley versus A. Ron Adepticon was one of my favorite games ever to watch when you saw the full breakage of 7th edition.
Yeah, he had like 17 Bloodthirsters in like a single game.
He literally had thousands upon thousands of extra points sitting there.
Kelsey Haley
and he summoned so much that he had like 3 times the army on the board, and he was just rushing greater demons at him because who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, I did the exact same thing against Nick Rose at War Games Con. He had a whole bunch of grav weapons, so all I did was summon Slanesh things with huge initiatives, and I was just like running around the board, just having fun. It was like killing everything. I had like 4 Keeper of Secrets in that game on the board, plus a whole bunch of other stuff.
Such a bullshit mechanic.
It was fun.
Was it more bullshit in 40K or was it more bullshit in Fantasy at the time, though?
I don't know. Fantasy died, so I guess it killed it more.
Yeah. Then maybe they killed it with
a whole new game.
Since the Space Marine line is bigger than the entire Fantasy line,
yeah, true.
It was more bullshit in the game.
Well, still, I don't know if it was more bullshit than the first time when they re-released the Demon Codex in a White Dwarf as like a paperback.
Oh, yeah,
one side was Fantasy, one side was 40K, and they accidentally made Screamers of Zench the best unit in the entire fucking game because it just deep striked and killed everything.
Yeah, I was at a tournament. I lost to Liz Foster, who ran that army.
Screamers and Flamers, baby.
Yeah, it was the most gross army I've ever seen.
Remember the 2-page insert?
Yeah.
So you had like 6 months of that, I think, total before they just went. Yeah,
I think it was less.
No.
I think it was less than that actually. It was really fast. It was really.
It was
fast.
very little. It was just so ridiculous.
Well, it fucking ruined one team tournament. I know that for sure.
We're getting lured down to Austin, Texas, guys. Have you guys been to Texas yet? In the States?
No, because we were going. But Corona happened.
I drove around Texas. We went Houston, Austin, Marfa, Corpus Christi, Dallas, some other place, San Jose? No, San Miguel?
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
That's it.
Those are good places. Austin and San Antonio are my favorite. They're really good places.
Marfa was actually also really nice when we were there.
Daniel, in the future, get a headset because you sound like you're talking through a potato.
Through specifically a potato, by the way.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a potato,
practicing my Danish.
and you're like, "My name is Daniel, and I'm going to talk to you about something." That's what you sound like.
Alan knows how things sound through different types of vegetables.
What do you think I did in college, Brad? What's wrong with you? Potato talking. It's every
Potato
Tuesday.
talking.
Tuesdays at 3.
Masters.
Yeah. So
You
I'm
don't want to
40
know
minutes
how
away.
a Swedish vegetable sounds
Oh,
like?
this is going to be bad.
Oh, help me! Get the door open. I'm in a wheelchair.
Oh God. As usual, keeping it classy.
I thought it was funny.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think about this sweet ass Inquisitor? Have you guys looked at this?
No.
No.
Dude, he
Or-
gets you can do basically he can make people go last. He can buff up invulns, he can give an invuln, and
Oh yeah, that guy. I saw that guy.
Wait, he can
Yeah.
buff invulns?
yeah.
So he can make my Custodes
Well,
buy
it's
like
a warlord.
3+?
It's a warlord trait. You can basically take your warlord and just add +1. It's part of the Inquisition. And then they've got the psychic powers where they can just give a unit a 5-up invul, which is a big deal, especially if you've got somebody that's feel no painting or whatever. It just you can. My thing is that you throw an invul on something that you want to touch that big tank. That say Daniel brings that IG list that has all these like super high AP weapons. You need somebody to grab them to force them, because that's a big thing right now. Is a lot of times your unit might get destroyed, but you want to force your opponent to shoot something, even though those tanks are going to kill my unit. They have to kill that unit as opposed to killing all the stuff that's standing on my objectives. So sometimes you want to buff those units up. It also means that you can use all your strats to make that unit more durable, your transhumans, your whatever, you know what I mean? So that you can juice up whatever that unit is that's touching those big tanks that are shooting those big weapons at them.
Well, how am I not taking like 7 or 9 Custodes bikes and buffing their invulns and just wrecking?
You can only buff it to 3.
Well, still, it's pretty good. Pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good. Pretty darn. Give me the American accent.
No.
Damn it. Your little leaving is hanging. But yeah, I'm just like, the thing is you can force people now to, yeah, sure, they can kill you, but they can't shoot anything outside of that combat until you're not engaged. So, and if you know that, then you can put all of your buffs on that unit that's touching people. You know what I mean? Yeah, they get sacrificed, but maybe you took 3 or 4 objectives that turn, and you take them all because your opponent had to murder one unit that you put every single buff on.
Speaking of the objectives though, and this whole strategy, which I think is just common strategy now, just making people deal with something that they don't have to necessarily deal with. But Brad, you know a little bit more about the missions. I know you can't speak to any specifics, but I think a lot of people so far on Facebook that I've seen are concerned that the missions that are coming out are going to allow people to like run away with the scoring like really early on. Do you think that a lot of the other missions that could potentially come out they have that risk, or do you think it's going to be similar to like kind of what we're already playing, where there's a way to play it like a passive starting game and then come back later? Is that possible, or is there a potential that every mission, if you're not playing turns 1 and turns 2, you're going to have a blowout lead against you and you're not going to even come back, even if you table?
Tabling means nothing.
I figured that.
Yeah, it's just the thing is that you're going to have to interact. You can't just sit for too long. You don't have to immediately explode out because the scoring doesn't start for those until turn 2. So, but you can't just basically take a couple turns off and then not take the board. So you could take a turn or 2 off, and if you're really just planning on completely dominating the board on the last 2 turns, you could try to make a comeback, but that's really an if. I mean, you really have to take the whole board on those turns then. So I think it really promotes people to have to interact, though.
Okay.
And I think that if you're not doing that, well, I think that's where the game's going towards, is you have to actually interact with your opponent. You don't have to be in combat with everybody, but you have to move up the board, take objectives.
I think you answered it pretty good. I know you have to be a little bit vague, but I think that's a good answer. The second thing I had to ask you was, A lot of people are also saying that there's zero incentive to go second in the mission that was revealed so far. I kind of agree with them, actually. I don't see any reason that going second actually like matters in the mission that was released. Do you think other missions that they come out with might have some incentive of going second, or potentially not have such a detrimental impact if you lose the roll and your opponent chooses to go first?
See, I don't know that, because of the fact that because it's not scored until the top of people's command phases, you always know what you need to do to deny your opponent points. So you can put just enough models to take it, to hold that objective or deny that objective. So you can do a lot of just running that tactical squad, the intercessor squad or whatever, and OBSEC, and just take, and or contest the objective from your opponent each time. You know exactly what you got to do. He can't shoot you off there until the next turn. You know what I mean? So you can actually go second and just play a game of denying points.
Yeah, but sometimes, like right now, going second, we score at the end of the turn, at the end of the game turn, and going second's really strong because you get those points at the end of the game turn. If you don't score until your command phase, then going first, you're always going to get the ability to rebuttal as well. So there's like, what's the benefit of going second? Is there a benefit of going second?
It depends on what the other secondaries you take, and also you get the last basically say in what you have to do. You always know what you have to score, so you know what units you have to sacrifice to stop them. So you look at the board and you go, okay, I need to do this. So you get to do that basically a turn before they get to do that. So, if you're playing the long game, second, there is a reason, but you can get out to a big lead if you go first and your opponent can't do anything about it, and you just sit on all the objectives.
And then are there end game missions that potentially that can come out, or no?
No, they've got a lot that they're going to. They said they're going to keep pushing more and more missions out anyways, though. Okay. So that's what I'm super jacked about anyways. Because they've got more missions, and they already said, and when they talked about it in their Twitch stream, that they're going to be pushing these missions out, but then they're going to put out more missions. So you'll just have more to choose from for tournament organizers. Because you'll have a big mission pack, and then you'll have more missions added to that, more secondaries added to that. So you will be getting the bare bones now, and then kind of getting more options as you go. Okay. And you can also play the different missions, because they've got different missions for the different sizes of games. Like you saw the one that said Strike Force, and then you've got different missions for different point costs. You could literally just convert those over to a mission of what you're playing, size wise, with the point totals. And the thing is like, to tell you the truth, if you don't like them exactly in your area, just take that base format and just change it a little bit. You know what I mean? But I haven't thought that going second's like a terrible drawback. Just because of the
is there
fact
any
that it can answer.
incentive? I think the incentive is really the question. So we'll see. We'll see when they have more. I'll definitely have my own opinion on it, and we can talk.
Is going first and second the same thing now? The one that deploys first gets +1, or do we know that?
No, it's just pure roll off. I think, right?
It's just a roll off.
Yeah.
Do you alternate placing units?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's back. Cool.
Well, it's terrible. Let's be honest. We all know how bad deploying your whole army was.
I liked it because you could go to the bathroom or something.
Sure. If you had a tiny bladder, that became something. But otherwise, I'd rather have a tactical game where you didn't just deploy on the line because you knew 100% you were going first.
It's horrible.
Shot.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And it was just so silly. You're like, you would never deploy that way if you had a chance of not going first.
Yeah, so stupid.
Well, I guess that you guys don't like complexity in tactics.
The complexity of tactics will
you don't even make sense.
You placing
Robert.
a unit, I placing a unit.
You don't even make sense. There's no complexity or tactics when I tell you you're 100% going first, deploy your whole army. There's zero complexity or tactics. You just put all of it on the line and you ram it down my throat. That's kind of what you do.
By the way, the girl answered. She said, "How could it be a bad day? We saw CC Top naked."
I mean, he had legs.
If this date was through the internet, I would say you're getting catfished. But I guess it was in real life. So
it was real life.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure.
We should have got a number as soon as. Let's screenshot that so we can give her a call.
I'll try to figure it out right after I get off. I'll try to analyze the video.
It's Snapchat. It's one of the most secure apps there is.
There's no security there.
I don't know what you're talking about, but all right. If I can just look at your screen, you just flashed your screen. If I look at it, I can identify who you're talking to. And I can reach out to them and I can tell them
we're all gonna message her.
how horrible of a person
look,
you are.
If you're okay with geese attacking you and naked men jerking off, we can get you. We can go one step above this.
I'm gonna message her and be like, hey, I heard you like ZZ Top. That's me.
I've also got a beard.
Well, do you know what she doesn't like? Freakishly tall Serbian guys. So you know.
Oh, fighting words.
Yeah, not for long. So.
What did she think about people that have been attacked by ghosts?
That's also me.
Ghost?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I'll have to ask. I'll
Ask
get
her.
back.
Ask her. I think she's into it. I think she digs it. I have zero interest in stealing her. By the way, I just want to make fun of you. So.
Camilla's right off camera with a gun.
Really pointing
Or
at me right now. I said zero interest. Damn it.
He just starts sweating.
Well,
I
zero
told
is
you
still a number.
interest.
Hell is like no.
Zero is the best number.
But I'm juiced up, man. Like, are you guys? I mean, now that we got a hopeful date, are we geeked up? Are we not burning models anymore? Are we ready to talking 40K?
Well, I'm really excited. But
excited.
That's the thing. Like I want it, and so I can start counting and then start playing.
Everyone's
I need some points.
everyone's
I
content.
agree with Robert. I don't get the full picture yet, but Jimmy is coming tomorrow, and we're gonna go through all the releases since we stopped playing, which was 3 weeks ago. But I mean, there's been some stuff changing since then.
No sex Jimmy or brother Jimmy.
No sex. Jimmy.
No, sir, Jimmy.
Brother Jimmy has nothing to say about 40K.
I love.
It's gotta be no. It's
that's
gotta be no
never gonna
sex.
get old
Jimmy.
for me. Is it Jimmy or no sex Jimmy?
Yeah. I like how the other Jimmy's brother Jimmy. So who's like the third Jimmy now? Have we identified a third Jimmy? Because there's brother Jimmy and no sex Jimmy. Who?
Jimmy Peel.
Jimmy Pila. So he's not a brother and he doesn't.
He has
not
a
like
ETC
sex.
gold in Warhammer 40K.
He has an ETC gold in the Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
In the singles?
No.
Oh, in the team?
Yeah. When Sweden took gold.
When was that?
He played Sister
2
of Battles.
years. 2 years before I started playing it. Before I started going to ETC.
He was the guy that the border agents decided to just throw his sister armor on the ground.
What, Daniel? Why don't we have this guy in the podcast? Jesus.
No one likes him. He's a communist.
Did you guys, by the way, see that Sweden is the third best ranking country in the ETC?
Did you see the
all
comment?
times.
Did you see the comment in there that said, "Who the fuck cares?" That was my favorite one because who does? I don't know. It's got to be a very small group of people who give a fuck about that analyst.
Well, a very small group is still like all of Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
2009.
I mean, I didn't care that much. The most important part was that we were better than Finland.
And America.
Cool.
Awesome.
The first year we showed up.
Too bad you never beat anyone
first
that's
year
good though.
I showed up, which was I consider the first year America showed up. I don't count those years before. There's no such thing. There's Brad and before Brad, the dark ages of 40K and
No.
ETC.
Oh, it's BC before Chester.
Before Chester. But all I know is that when we went to Poland, we definitely did the best at partying. We may not have done the best at the actual event, but
Gold medal in partying.
gold medal party. We gold medal party.
I got a gold medal at the event that year, so speak for yourself, bud.
That is true. You entered the singles thing.
Exactly. With orcs during Lash of Submission.
And possibly the most there's never been even remotely anything as whack as the Poland ETC just where we were.
Tent. I can't.
That weird
I don't.
thing,
I don't.
man.
I don't have
That
time
was
for this
so
story.
bizarre.
We will reiterate this story on the next podcast. Last comments. Go. I got to get back to work.
Psych for 9th. Let's do it.
Psyched for 9th. Robert,
Yeah.
you're just so lame, Robert.
9th is gonna be epic. So I can only enjoy my pool for 2 more weeks.
Why?
And it's only,
Then it's back to
No,
the grind.
no. I refuse. Tony Malave and I are shipping you the board that floats in the pool.
yeah.
100%. And you're going to ship back those grots. And if you don't, we're going to find you and we're going to kill you. I'm saying that on air, by the way.
I'm gonna let those grots float on that board forever.
Oh, actually, I kind of like that. So we might actually
Send
just
them
do
down
that.
the
That
sea.
sounds
Just
better.
put them on a sea and let them go
Better
on.
idea. Better idea.
This is a goddamn Viking funeral, and then we're
Viking
gonna
funeral.
flame
Oh,
arrows.
can we flame them? We should flame them. Pour gasoline all over them and just light them on fire with an arrow. In your pool, though.
Yep.
I like all these ideas. All right, guys, take it easy. Robert always dances good.